Hello there and welcome. My name is Jay, also known as Jay Silver, the Soul Lyricist. You should know by now. Welcome to my second video blog. Get your mind open. I want to get your mind open. Please open up your mind and listen to what I got to say. Please, please, please. Important stuff, man. Yeah. Why Men Cheat Part 2. That's what this is about. And I hope you listen to Part 1. Part 1, I was talking about really the excuses that men have come up with as to why they cheat. Lack of sex, boredom in the bedroom department, what else was there? Arguing with your woman and not getting on with her, falling out of love, all these little things here. Or maybe finding another woman that seems to be more exciting, more freaky. These are some of the reasons that men have towards cheating. But I want to take it deeper in this Part 2. Recognize and realize that sin is the reason why we do a lot of these bad things. Sin is the reason why we thief and we cheat and we get envious and we get jealous over people and we get bitter and we want to beat somebody up and lick them down. All these nasty, evil thoughts we get is sin, okay? Sin's been going on since Adam and Eve. The biblical version of sin is a deliberate and conscious turning away from God's moral standards, from His instructions, from His word, from His desires and His will for our life. That is sin. But what I want to get at is, if a girl comes to me, right, and wants me to sleep with her and she wants me to cheat on my woman, and I say, okay, yeah, and I go off and I go sleep with this woman, I've committed a sin if I sleep with her, right? But what happens? What's going on in my mind? What's happening in my psyche to make me want to go from where I am and go check this girl and get with her? What's going on? What happens before I've committed a sin? That's what I want to talk about right now. It's temptation, man. Temptation. We all get evil thoughts, we all get wicked thoughts. We've had these thoughts where maybe when someone's up on our face, they're all up in our grill, they're dissing us, they're disrespecting us, they're cussing us, and they're being rude and obnoxious. And all you want to do there and then is like, right, it's time for me to just lick this person down, give them one backhand and deal with the matter. But hopefully you never did that, because you're good people, yeah? You're good people, you wouldn't do that. Okay, so for example, what I'm trying to get at is we get these evil thoughts, but you got to deal with it. You got to counsel it. You got to say, nah, do you know what I mean? If I bang up this person, I could get done for GBH or whatever, and I'm the one who's going to end up in more trouble than this person. So you weigh it up and you think, nah, this ain't the way to go. That's what you got to do with temptations. You got to counsel them. You got to get rid of them. Temptation's smart and it's deceiving because it presents itself in a very clever way. First of all, it presents itself like it's sweet, desirable, like it's tempting. It wouldn't be a temptation if it wasn't tempting. It comes across appetizing, yeah, delicious. All those good words is how temptation comes and brings itself to you. What's more deceiving about temptation is that it makes you feel that you're lacking in one department and that you need this other thing. It makes you feel that the grass is greener on the other side and that you're missing out on something. You're missing out on something exciting, and at the moment you're living a bored life. So temptation is very deceiving. It always makes you feel that you should be wanting more. But what makes a man say no to temptation or no to sin and another man to say yes to it? Well, really and truthfully, it all goes down to weakness. You know, our weaknesses. If a man's been hurt, he may be more prone to cheat, may be more prone to give into the temptation. If he's been hurt by a woman, if he's seen his dad cheat on his mum, he's open to all these sort of things that can make him weak as a person. If he's very weak-minded, he can't make decisions for himself, whatever it is, okay? These things make a man weak. If a man is not who he wants to be, if he hasn't made it to where he wants to be in life, that can make a man very insecure and weak, okay? A lot of men cheat on women really because it's like a conquest. It's like achieving something. But really and truthfully, achievement and success starts inwardly. You've got to be somebody before you can be anything to anybody else, okay? So men cheat primarily because they're given to temptation, they're weak, they never dealt with those temptations, they never counseled those thoughts out, they've yielded to it, and actions come from our thought processes, yeah? And if you don't deal with a thought that's in your head and it festers up inside of you and it spreads like germs up inside of you, and you dwell on that issue for long enough, it will soon turn into action. Right? So I hope I've covered those areas for you. But what I want to say is strengthen yourself, men. Strengthen yourself. And a good way to do that is by going to God. I said I don't want to preach right now, but go to God, tell Him your problems, tell Him your weaknesses, and He will give you strength to deal with it. But primarily, you have to deal with those issues yourself. You've got to want to go to God. Remember, God's given us free will, so you've got to want to go to Him. He can't force you to go to Him. You've got to want to go to Him. Also, you've got to not want to do it. So you've got to have a desire not to want to do it. You've got to have a desire not to want to cheat. There's no point of still wanting to do it and then you're praying to God, say, I don't want to do it, but you do deep down want to do it. Okay, you've got to not want to do it, and you give it to Him. Give Him those burdens. Give Him those things that are bothering you. You know, tell Him, ask the Lord to strengthen your weaknesses, man, and He will strengthen them. God never gives you something that you can't handle or too much that you can't bear. Okay, so make those right decisions. Be strong. All right, counsel those evil thoughts out. Now, I think I've said enough on this matter. Why men cheat. I hope women, it kind of makes you understand it a little bit better. Okay, temptation is a big thing, and remember, temptation is put out by all sorts of stuff. It's put out by images on TV, stuff on the internet. It's even put out by you women yourselves. Some of you women, it's almost as if you want us to be tempted by you. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that in another blog as well. Check my video blogs, man, because they're going to be good, and I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, man. This is just the beginning. This is just my second one, and I'm already getting hot and excited. Anyway, I'm gone. Get your mind open, please, man. Listen to what I've got to say. Take the knowledge, get it, man. It's all good.